The Himalayas, ancient, powerful, and unforgiving. A natural fortress standing tall over India for millions of years. But hidden somewhere beneath this freezing wilderness lies a nuclear device that was never recovered. This is not a rumor. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is a real Cold War operation carried out jointly by the CIA and India's Intelligence Bureau in 1965. A mission so secret that for decades, almost nobody knew about it. The mission was called Operation Blue Mountain. It all began in 1964, when China conducted its very first nuclear test. The explosion sent shockwaves across the world, especially within the United States. China was rising fast and the Cold War had reached Asia. The CIA needed intelligence. They needed to know how many nuclear tests China was planning, how powerful their bombs were, and how quickly they were building their arsenal. But there was one major problem. China's nuclear test site was deep inside the Tibetan Plateau, a region completely closed to foreigners. So, America turned to India. The plan was bold: climb one of India's highest mountains, Nanda Devi, and place a nuclear-powered spying device right at the top. From there, the device would monitor radio signals and track Chinese nuclear activity. The device chosen for this extraordinary mission was the SNAP-19 radioisotope generator, a small but incredibly powerful nuclear battery. At its core was plutonium-238, one of the most dangerous radioactive substances known to science. It doesn't explode like a bomb, but it releases deadly radiation for hundreds of years. If the container ever cracks open, it can contaminate entire rivers, forests, and ecosystems. Scientists estimate that even a few kilograms of plutonium-238 can poison miles of land if it leaks into the environment. And this exact material was now being carried up one of the world's deadliest mountains. In October 1965, a team of the finest Indian mountaineers, accompanied by CIA operatives, began the treacherous climb toward the summit of Nanda Devi. The climb was brutal, the winds were wild, every step was a battle. But just when success seemed close, a monstrous blizzard struck. A storm so violent, climbers later said, it felt like the entire mountain was collapsing on them. Fearing for their lives, the team made a heartbreaking decision. They hid the nuclear device inside a small cave near Camp 4, hoping to return once the weather cleared. The mountain had other plans. Months later, in the spring of 1966, the team returned to retrieve the device. But the cave was gone. An avalanche, sometime during the winter biso, had completely destroyed the area. The path was wiped out. The hiding spot no longer existed. The nuclear generator had vanished under tons of snow and ice. Search teams spent weeks combing the area, digging, scanning, hoping for any sign. But they found nothing. Even today, the CIA's own declassified documents admit the device was never recovered. This is where the story becomes truly alarming. The snowmelt from Nanda Devi flows into the Ganga, which eventually merges with the Ganga, a river that supports hundreds of millions of people. If the plutonium capsule ever breaks open, even slightly, radioactive contamination could leak into this water system. Environmental experts warn that such a leak could affect the region for generations. And here's the most unsettling part. No one knows exactly where the device is now. It could still be lodged in ice, or it could be drifting slowly through glacial streams. A sleeping nuclear threat hidden in the heart of the Himalayas. What do you think about this secret operation? Should governments reveal more about it? Tell us in the comments. For more forgotten stories and hidden chapters of India's history, subscribe to Beyond Now.